All right, down payments demystified, right, Bruce? One of the great myth understandings of the real estate industry is, hey, Bruce, I don't have 20% to put down. I can't buy a house right now. Can you talk about what programs and kind of what you actually need from a dollar perspective and a percentage perspective to purchase a home?
It's a great question. And the question I get a lot of time from clients that we try to lay out are the factors of the total amount or expense that you're going to need at closing to close on a home. So down payment is the first portion of that. I try to break it into sections. Down payment, which is the money you need to have to be able to finance and put towards your purchase of a home. You also have different sections of prepaids, closing costs, extras which would go to prepaids, prorations back to a buyer or to a seller. And these are all things you have to have money for. So when people talk down payment a lot, they'll come up with the minimum, 3.5% or 5%. 20 is a traditional because it gets rid of mortgage insurance. But you have these other extras that come into play. So a lot of time when I talk to clients, we want to look at the total assets available, the products available for clients, and what loan makes the most sense based on not liquidating all of their assets, right? So becoming a homeowner, you will incur expenses. You are responsible for the improvements of the home, the maintenance, the upkeep, if a water heater goes, if your air conditioning goes. So we never want to put you in a position where we push to get you 20% or 25% if that literally leaves you with no money in your bank. It's much easier to put less down and pay it down later. If you buy a property and let's say you have 20%, that's what you've earmarked for your purchase, and it's a home that you want to do improvements on. It's a lot easier to finance the extra 15% and put 5% down on a purchase,
right,
and keep that 15% for the improvements that you want to make. It's harder to finance those in when you don't have a large equity position in the home. So sometimes it's strategic more than it is just getting to a certain tier or a mindset. We can look at options that are as low as 3.5% down, which would traditionally be FHA loans, 5% for conventional. The thing that the down payment relative, or the loan to value we call it, plays into a role would be something called PMI or mortgage insurance. That is a minimal amount relative to your total payment, but if you can keep those funds on hand, have those for unforeseen items that might go wrong with a home, or personal issues, health issues, things that happen, a car issue, it's better to keep more money on hand than it is necessarily to put a lot of money down.
It could be a strategic decision. I'm going to put 5% down on a conventional product. I'm going to take that 15% between 5 and 20, right? And let's say that 15% is you're buying a $400,000 house. That's going to be, what's 15%?
60 grand if you're doing 50.
60 grand, right? So I can take that $60,000. Now I did my kitchen. Now I did my bathroom, right? With that $60,000. Now my house has increased in value. I can refinance, and now my PMI is gone, right? So it doesn't always make sense to put that 20% down. It could be a strategic decision like that, because now you've got an increase in equity. That equity has now brought you above the 20% because your loan to value ratio is above 80% or below 80%, I should say. And now your PMI has gone through that because you've improved the home, and there's comparables in the neighborhood that do that. So not every time it makes the most amount of sense to put more money down. Let's walk through those different scenarios with you. And I say Bruce will walk through those scenarios with you and see if actually keeping more money in your pocket makes more sense if you have the means to put more down. And if you don't, there are products where you can get financing at even 0% down, right? So go ahead and reach out if you want to walk through those different scenarios. Connect you with Bruce and Onward Mortgage. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, and you want more of it, and like the video. Thank you.